Malo Gusto to Chelsea is done, Jules.
Yes.
It's €35 million deal, but he's staying in Lyon until the end of the season. Does this make sense to you? I understand why it makes sense from Lyon's perspective.
Yeah.
But Reece James is injured. Like, he's not coming back for a while.
Well, I think he's going to come back soon, no?
Is he?
It's just, there was no way Lyon would have done the deal if they had not got Malo back on loan. So I think from a Chelsea point of view, the risk was that if you had waited for the summer, there would be other big teams in Europe also going for him with only 12 months left on his contract, maybe a bit more, maybe all of that. They thought, you know what, 35 million is a really good price for him. I know you think it's a little bit over, it's a bit too much. I think it's a good price.
Did Chelsea really think there's going to be a bidding war for Malo Gusto?
Yeah. There is. Yeah, there's a lot of interest in him.
Okay.
No, there is. Like club like Bayern Munich who are looking for a right back, like Barcelona who are looking for a right back. There's big clubs looking for right backs.
Barcelona
I know.
Find 35 million.
Do you know what I mean? Like, still, it's like.
Okay. No.
I think Chelsea were right to go now, even if that meant loan him back for 4 months. And then next season, when Reece James is there and fully fit, when Malo Gusto arrives, is fully fit, you've got one of the best right backs in the world and one of the future best right backs in the world as well. So you're covered for sure. And you can play Reece James as a centre back in a back three and Malo Gusto as a right wing back, for example. You've got many options then.
I was going to, as you know, I am probably the biggest Reece James fan
I know
out there. And I think just because he has played a lot of right wing back doesn't mean that this is where his future is. I think he can play so many different positions. And I think it makes a ton of, I think if Malo Gusto is good enough to play regularly for Chelsea, I don't think it inhibits Reece James at all. You can play him. You can play him at center back.
Sure.
I know they have a million center backs now, but
at the beginning when I was told about the story, I and I think I put it on Twitter, for Malo Gusto's career, let's say, and I understand that Reece James plays 50% of the games. I think he's played 50% of the game the last 3 seasons. Something. He's been injured often, unfortunately for him. I did think, is this a good move for Malo Gusto for his own career? Because if Reece James is fully fit, how many games is he going to play? Right now, he's not better than Reece James. Reece James is a better defender. He's a better player overall than Malo Gusto. So you make a move where you know that if that guy is fit, you're going to be on the bench and you're going to play a few games there and there. But now I see it a bit differently because
of James's versatility.
Yeah, because I think they can play together, and also there's enough game that there will be game time for Gusto.
And I think, Chelsea's center back core, I know, looks good on paper when everybody's fit, but the reality is Thiago Silva is, 37, 38 now?
39,
Koulibaly's had a difficult season. He's also in his 30s. Fofana is always injured.
Yeah, but he's going to come back at some point.
You've got
Levi Colwill, you've got...
Levi Colwill, yeah, sure, but Levi Colwill is very young and he's at Brighton. Maybe you leave him at Brighton another year. You've got Chalobah, you've got Badiashile, but none of the. I mean, I'm saying is you don't have prime John. You don't have 3 prime John Terrys in there. Is what I'm driving at.
Yeah.
And so there will be Reece. I have to believe Reece James at center back will be a better option than many of those guys if Malo Gusto is good enough to pin down to win the starting job on the right.
Possible. Yeah, I'm excited by that, and he's going to go back to Lyon and see if he can take them into Europe. And then in the meantime, let's hope that Chelsea have Reece James available for the whole season. UEFA are moving to prohibit contracts longer than 5 years, like the one Mikhailo Mudryk signed, at least for financial fair play purposes. Gab, is this just because they want to stop Chelsea? And by the way, how is that going to work with Brussels and the EU and all of that and low labour?
So basically, first of all, it's not just to stop Chelsea, but they do... their sense is that this destabilizes the whole system because then you're going to have a lot of players, on the Lucas Piazon, Baba Rahman. Yeah. By the way, I saw Baba Rahman on television. I forget who he was playing for. Probably Reading or something like that.
No, someone in Spain, I think. No, I thought he played in Spain somewhere.
Whatever.
Reading.
No, it was Reading. It was Reading, Spain. You want to avoid those situations, right? Because you create a stockpile of players. Yeah. You can create situations where then you've got all sorts of legal issues. It's also, again, it's not like it's 100% good for the club if you do that, right? There's massive risks involved in it. So what they're doing here, though, is that their basis is that there are some leagues in Europe which say 5 years is the maximum that you can sign. You can't sign 8 years.
But the rule already from UEFA or FIFA is five-year maximum, unless the law in your country different, which is.
Well, what they're saying is we should have one law, at least for financial fair play purposes. Yeah. In terms of employment, hey, sign him to a 30-year deal if you like. But for financial fair play purposes, we need to have a level playing field. I'll tell you what, I think they should go further with that. Because one thing that nobody ever talks about is taxation levels, right? Yeah. In some countries, you're paying 15% on your weight in income tax. In other countries, you're paying 45%. Yeah. In France, you're probably paying 90%.
Wow, 50.
But if it makes a huge difference, right?
Of course.
In terms of, so I think they should look at mechanisms like this a little bit more.
But do you think it's possible? That's what I mean when I talk about Brussels and the European Union and stuff, because like, I don't know if you can.
The principle is if you want to compete, and this is one of the hallmarks for sustainability and competition.
Yeah.
Because obviously, when you have the longer contract, you spread out the amortization. Like, you're just kicking costs down the road.
Yeah,
right? You're just spreading costs up. And it's not so much that Chelsea or whatever club do it may get an advantage from it. It's that you are creating more liabilities in 5 years' time, which in turn creates more risks in 5 years' time because you don't know what's going to happen. What if you get relegated and who's going to play Mikhailo Mudryk then, right?
Yeah, true.
So I think as long as the law is the same for everybody, that's what they're saying. From a sustainability perspective, I don't think they're going to have any trouble pushing this through, rightly or wrongly.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.